Hi everyone, today we are looking at a question like this. Now, as you can see over here, it says that Imran pasted 3 rectangular strips of the same size. So this is the first one. Can you see the first strip, the second strip, and then the third strip? You all understand so far? Okay. So what happens is this, right? Is that he then divided the big rectangle into 6 parts. Okay, what are the 6 parts? The 6 parts, as you can see over here, it's basically M, N, P, Q, R, S. Don't you agree? Right? And it is shown in figure number 2. All right. So now the first thing I see, right, is I need to know that when I do M plus N, when I do M plus N, it should be the same as P plus Q. It should be the same as R plus S, right? Because they are all of the same area. Make sense? Now, so then what happens is this, they told us the ratio, which is a good thing, right? They say, all right, let me just highlight that part for you. They say that the ratio of the area of M to the area of N to the area of P is 5:7:8. So we are going to say M is to N is to P is 5:7:8. Can you see that? Okay. Then they followed on to say that the ratio of Q to R to S. So what is Q to R to S? Q is to R is to S is 2:1:5. Can you see that? Okay, now then you need to ask yourself, right? Let's go one by one. M and N. So we are going to look at M and N first. Okay, M and N. I'm going to use green color to highlight M and N. M and N is 5 and 7. Okay, and then when I look at Q and R, in fact, no, I shouldn't look at Q and R, I should look at R and S. R and S, as you can see over here, it's only 6. Why is that so? I thought M and N, so if M is 5, so we put 5 units over here, 7 units over here, agree so far? This is 5 units, and then this is 1 unit. But why is the total 6 units over here, but then this is 12 units? Can you all see that? Why is that? Because you see, when you do M plus N, you are talking about the area of the whole thing. True? The area of one strip. Does that make sense to you? Then when you do R and S, you are talking about the area of one strip as well, correct? Shouldn't they be the same? True? So what do we want to do? We want to simply just times 2 to this, times 2 to this, times 2 to this. So we reflect that in our ratio. So we get to, so we times 2 to this, we get to 4:2:10. Do you agree so far? All right, so now this becomes 10 units. This becomes 12 units. This becomes 2 units. Let's see if everything is 12, okay? The next thing that I want to look at is P and Q. P and Q. And you realize that P and Q is 8 units and 4 units. And that is actually 12, right? P is 8 units. Q is 4 units. Isn't that also equals to 12? That means I am on the right track. Do you agree so far? All right, so the question wants you to find the ratio of the area of N to S. So we write down N is to S. Let's take a look at N. N is 7. Can you all see 7 over here? All right, what's S? S is 10. So therefore, your answer for this question has to be 7:10. Now, of course, we move on to the second part, right? They say to find the area of the big rectangle. That means the whole thing, right? The whole thing over here. Now, the only information I have, right, for this part, right, is actually the next part, which is the area of N is bigger than the area of Q by 291 cm square. So let's ask ourselves, what is the area of N? The area of N, so for N, right, area is 7 units. Can you all see that? And for Q's area is 4 units. Don't you agree so far? So the difference between these two is 3 units, and 3 units is equals to 291. So 291 divided by 3, that gives me 1 unit to be 97. Now the question wants us to find the area of the big rectangle. So my question to you is, how am I going to find a big rectangle? Well, if I know that each rectangle is 12 units, okay, I just have to make sure I add all 3 up together, and that gives me 36 units. Don't you agree? All right, and we know that 1 unit is 97, so therefore 36 units will then be 97 times 36. We'll get to an answer of 3,492. And therefore, your answer for this question 4 part B has to be 3492.